have followed politics globally. There's nothing wrong in moving from one party to the other, as long as it's for the interests of the nation. For me, we should focus on what are we going to do to change where we are today. Where we are today is not good. It's getting worse. We have a country where our population is growing at twice our GDP growth. The consequence is that even the 2,000 per capita that I mentioned, in few years will be lower, and when it is lower, the economy will be worse. We have a country where 13.5 million young people are not in school. That is bigger than over 50% of the countries of the world in population. You can't have that, and you cannot have all these problems we have today. So let's focus on governance. Whether people want to change from party A or party B, it has to do with the human being. That's why I said, let's look at all those who are contesting and hire somebody who is competent, who have capacity to deliver what we want. If he wants to be changed, if he wants to be an independent candidate, so be it. But we need to get it right.
Well, in your own case, let me go back to Anambra. Once upon a time, you said you will be in APGA, the APGA for life.
No.
Then later, you moved to the...
People keep changing that trajectory. I said, as long as I remain governor of Anambra State, I will never go. The pressure for me to leave APGA was when I was governor. And I maintained, as long as I am governor of Anambra State, I will remain in APGA. And I did it to the end. And when I left, it was not me calling anybody name or anything. And one day, God in heaven knows how I left and
well,
where I left.
That question.
So for me, I don't know. For me, I don't even bother about anything. Ruben, if I'm in a system where I think it is no longer working the way I want, I'll walk away. I once had a company in this country, which I'm sure you know, I own 40% of it. When I found out they were not running the company the way I want, I went to the people, I came to a board meeting and said to them, I'm leaving. It doesn't matter, I will only lose money. But this business is no longer being run the way I want. And I left. The same thing. When I found out that people were doing politics not the way I say it, I go. And it can happen tomorrow. If I find out that politicians, which is happening here and there, are not doing the right thing, the purpose of being in politics is governance. The purpose of governance is to do the right thing for the society.
No, I asked that question because of your special closeness to the late Chief Odumegu Ojukwu. By leaving APGA, do you feel that you betrayed him?
No, he's not a founder of APGA.
Yeah, but he was a father figure.
No, he's not a founder of APGA.
No, I said father figure.
At the first time, he insisted you must be in one party. Never. I can say it, people can claim anything. This position is that wherever you are, serve the people. And that's what I do. And I can say it categorically anywhere, that when I had opportunity to serve the people of Anambra State, I did my best. I can, till today, Ruben, we still have the best road network in Federal Republic of Nigeria. In education, we're still #1 in Federal Republic of Nigeria. In health, I've gone to hospitals in various other states. I've never seen one in school. We are still the least in terms of deaths. I didn't borrow one kobo. But I've just said what I left. Tomorrow, Ruben, they are commissioning a facility in Shagamu, International Brewery, the biggest brewery in Africa. Anambra State is the single highest shareholder in that facility. I invested in it over $20-something million. It's worth almost 100 today. That's what government should do.
Very good, very good.